The sky was the soft turquoise that slowly slips into the starry blackness of a spring night. Henry Madison climbed the porch stairs deliberately, leaving a residue of the day's accumulation of dirt and dust from his leather work boots. The spicy sweet scent of lilac drifted on the calm breeze from an overgrown bush next to the porch. He stood in front of the door and inhaled deeply, letting the fragrance fill his lungs and ease the stress of the day. His shoulders sagged slightly, and he slowly rolled his neck, closed his eyes, and enjoyed the moment of peace. Then he reached forward, grasped the doorknob firmly, and let himself into his home. "Daddy!" The piercing scream of his 7-year-old daughter, Clarissa, echoed in his ears and blossomed in his heart. He dropped his toolbox on the bench just inside the door and squatted down, waiting for his very own brown-haired, hazel-eyed human cannonball to hurl herself into his arms. It was his favorite part of the day. Her tiny body thumped against his chest, and she wrapped her arms around his neck, hugging him tightly. He buried his face into her hair, inhaling the scent of baby shampoo and soap. Her father was her hero. She loved the way his smile crinkled his whole face, even around his eyes. She loved the way he smelled, like wood shavings and fresh air. And she loved the feeling of security she felt once he stepped in the door. Daddy was home. He would take care of everything. "I missed you so much," she said, and then moved closer and whispered into his ear. "Mommy had a sad day today." Folding her into his arms, he held her for one more moment, and then he gave her a kiss on her cheek. "Let's go in and see if we can't make Mommy feel better." He stood, grasped her tiny hand in his, and together, the large man and the tiny girl walked through the house to the small sunroom in the back. The floor was scattered with Legos, and it was clear Clarissa had been constructing some kind of architectural masterpiece for her princess collection to live in. His wife, Becca, was resting on a small couch with a knitted afghan over her legs and a book, faced down, in her lap. She looked up and smiled at him. She still took his breath away. Even after 10 years of marriage, her ethereal beauty, her tranquil smile, and her hesitant, almost fearful nature engendered feelings of love, protectiveness, and awe. It was as if he had somehow captured a woodland nymph and brought her to live in man's world. "How are you feeling today?" he asked, sitting on the corner of the coffee table next to the couch and taking her hands in his. Meeting his eyes, she shook her head slightly, holding his questioning for a moment. "Clarissa, darling, could you do me a favor and go upstairs and get my pink sweater?" she asked. Clarissa nodded dutifully. "Okay, Mommy," she responded immediately and raced out of the room. "She's so grown up," Becca said with regret. "Too grown up. She hasn't had much of a chance to be a child." "She's fine. She's great," Henry argued. "She just loves you and is concerned, like I am. What happened today?" She tightened her grip on his hands. "He called again today," she said, shaking her head slowly. "He must know about me, and he's going to try and take her away." Henry leaned closer and pulled his wife into his arms, holding her, as he had his daughter only a few minutes before. "Darling, he can't take her," he crooned softly. "She's legally ours. He gave her up. He has no rights to her. Just because you're a little under the weather doesn't change anything. I promise, you don't have to worry about this. You just have to worry about getting better."
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.